How do you do, y'all? This is John, and today we are talking about The Running Man, a new movie out in theaters right now. And in The Running Man, it deals with this guy named Ben Richards, who is down on his luck, blacklisted, cannot get employed. His child is in desperate need of this medicine, and, he decides to compete in this game called The Running Man. 3 people go on the run and need to survive 30 days without being killed by this group called hunters or other civilians. And if they do that, they win a crap ton of money. The problem is this: so far, nobody's been able to go the entire 30 days. But will Ben be the first one to do that? Getting into it, first and foremost, I'm going to talk about what I liked about the movie before I talk about the issues I had with it. And first and foremost, Ben Richards as a character, you immediately like the guy, and you understand, why he is taking part in this game. He's a good man, flawed, yes. He has anger issues, but at the end of the day, he loves and cares about his family unconditionally, and the reason why he goes this far is to, participate in the most dangerous, TV game in history is because of the love he has for his daughter. He doesn't want his daughter to die. That is, an incredibly sympathetic reason for someone to want to participate in something like this. Glen Powell also nails it with his performance. Glen Powell plays Ben in this fashion that, you see his personality, you like him, and, he's also a little bit funny at times. And as far as, the narrative goes, I like the narrative of the movie, and I like the whole idea of the universe of The Running Man. It's a very intriguing, universe filled with corruption and all this kind of stuff. There are some things that I think went too far that I do think that they should have avoided, but I'll get into that later because it did hurt the movie, unfortunately. And also I have to talk about the visual effects, the visual look of the movie. The actual cinematography, it's okay. It's nothing great, but it's also nothing bad at all. It's okay, it's decent, it gets the job done. The VFX, for the most part, are all good. I'm not going to say they were always 100% realistic looking, but, they were good. Some of them looked very realistic, others not so much, but they didn't look entirely fake as well. However, on the other hand of the spectrum of this movie, it is very Hollywoodized. The movie is based on a novel by Stephen King, and, Stephen King can make some really messed up stuff, but this didn't really feel like Stephen King. Now, I never fully read The Running Man. I did get started on it years ago, but I lost the book in a move years ago. But I am aware of certain things that happen in the book, and some of it's really messed up, but they don't do that in this film. They instead go a very Hollywoodized route, with, happy, joy crap, and you're just sitting there going, come on, just let King's vision out, because this was written back when King was like at his prime, writing all this great stuff before, he lost his mind. Everyone loved that King. The movie is also tragically politicized, which it did not need to go that route. It's tragically politicized, and it's also very one-sided. You never get multiple perspectives and neither one of them are either right or wrong. You only get one that is labeled as right, and anything else is wrong. And, in my opinion, all it needed to say was, corruption, bad. We all know this. It's a universal attitude. Corrupt governments, corrupt businesses, corrupt people, all bad. And that's all it needed to say. But instead it goes this whole other route, and you're just sitting there going, no. And I'm not just saying that because, I do disagree with a lot of the things the movie says. I'm not just saying that because of it, because I have really liked, some stuff that had things in it that I disagreed with. Sons of Anarchy is my favorite TV show of all time. And there are things in it that I don't agree with. But what I'm trying to say is that it had no place in this movie. All it did was hurt the movie completely. And also, while I'm fine with, humor in the dark movie and a dark toned movie, as evidenced by my recent review of Christie, this movie just does it completely wrong. Not saying the jokes were not funny, because some of them were, but it's so over the top and on your nose. But it's so over the top and way too lighthearted that it just destroys the tone of the movie. If it had been much more subtle, I think that it would not have hurt the tone of the movie, and it would have been a lot better. It would have been much more rewarding to get those subtle jokes than just this over the top, goofy, lighthearted, super lighthearted jokes. So guys, at the end of the day, The Running Man, it has some fun elements to it, and, the idea behind it's not bad. But the entire movie is just simply destroyed by Hollywood just being Hollywood. Hollywoodizing everything. Ruining the darker, screwed up stuff that Stephen King's known for, and replacing it with typical happy, joy crap. Overly politicized crap that did not belong in the movie. Only universal aspects should have been in the movie. And an oversaturation of jokes that are way too lighthearted and goofy for something like this. I cannot recommend this movie. However, I will acknowledge that it's not terrible. Not in the slightest. It's just bad. I'm going to give The Running Man a 4. Y'all want to know the stupidest thing I saw in the entire movie was, without getting into real spoilers? Some dude has up 2 posters that contradict each other. One of the anarchist symbol, and the other of Che Guevara. I'm sorry, but Che is not an anarchist. He was an authoritarian. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget, I have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. And as per usual, please remember, the Putinsky will return.